Welcome back. In part 1 of the AI Agent Knowledge Graph video, we mapped the mind. We showed you how the glass box architecture turns a black box LLM into a transparent thinking entity, a concept we can also leverage for ERP next and other use cases. But there is a fatal flaw in 99% of the AI agents running in production today. It's called amnesia. An agent is only as good as its memory. Right now, if you are using a standard RAG wrapper, that agent dies the moment you close the browser tab. When you come back, it doesn't know who you are, it doesn't know what it learned, and it certainly doesn't know why it made those decisions yesterday. You aren't building a digital employee. You're building a party trick. Today, we are solving that. We are upgrading the iceberg. Percy has achieved distributed consciousness. We've implemented a high-performance persistence layer that bridges the gap between local reactivity and global authority. This is the shift from session-based AI to identity-based agents. Let's look at how we built the cloud neural link. Open the System tab. This right here, this is the nervous system. We've integrated Superbase as our primary persistence authority. But we aren't just dumping logs. We've built a state sync protocol. You have to understand the engineering challenge here. The simulation runs at 60 frames per second locally. We can't wait for a cloud handshake every time the agent takes a step. So we built a dual-write architecture. First, the local node handles the physics, the immediate reflex layers NUAC, and the UI. It's fast, it's snappy, it's local. Second, the cloud node acts as the soul. It serializes the entire knowledge graph every node, every edge, every trauma into a JSON-B document, and upserts it to the vault in real time. Why does this matter for enterprise? Because it allows for vertical retraining. By using Postgres as a long-term memory vault, we can retrain the agent's model on its own historical data. The agent literally learns from its past lives. If the agent solves a problem on your phone, the strategy for that solution is waiting for it when you open your desktop. This is the first step toward portable digital entities. Now, let's talk about the brain. Real-world agents cannot rely on a single LLM API. That is a single point of failure. They need redundancy. They need multi-model orchestration. In the Director tab, look at this toggle. We can switch instantly between Google Gemini 1.5 Pro 4 Deep, expensive reasoning, or a local Alam instance for privacy-centric edge processing. But we went deeper. We engineered a local core fallback. Imagine this agent is running in a remote facility with spotty internet. If the API quota hits its limit, or the Wi-Fi drops, the simulation doesn't crash. The system detects the synaptic noise and switches to a hard-coded heuristic engine. For Percy, this means he keeps fishing even if the brain is offline. For an industrial AI agent in a warehouse, this means 100% operational uptime. The consciousness never goes dark. It degrades gracefully, maintains safety protocols, and resyncs when the link is restored. This is the part that investors and CTOs need to see. The diagnostic audit grid. A lot of you see a penguin and think, toy. You're missing the point. The iceberg is just a skin. Watch what happens when I switch the domain from survival to finance. Suddenly the graph realigns. Hunger is no longer a nutrient level, it becomes fiscal deficit. Raft construction becomes the Q4 exit strategy. The blizzard becomes market volatility. This proves the universality of the glass box. The underlying logic nodes, edges, semantic vectors remains identical, but the interpretation layer is modular. Let's look at a supply chain agent. In survival mode, the agent scans for driftwood. In supply chain mode, the agent scans for lithium inventory. The sanity metric becomes compliance risk. The predator becomes a tariff spike. We are visualizing complex, invisible data through the proxy of a living subject. This makes the AI's decision-making process human-readable and instantly diagnostic. You aren't just getting an output, you're getting an audit trail. And this brings us to the biggest hurdle in AI adoption: trust. How do you know your financial bot isn't hallucinating? How do you know it isn't about to execute a trade based on bad data? You look at the neural Flux telemetry. See this oscilloscope? It measures the pressure on the knowledge graph. It calculates arousal and valence across all connected nodes in real time. When the system is under stress, say, the data pipeline breaks or the inputs are contradictory, you see these frequency spikes. The waves get erratic. We can detect if the agent is entering a manic state before it acts. We are catching hallucination vectors at the source. This allows us to implement circuit breakers. If the flux exceeds a safety threshold, the agent freezes and requests human intervention. This is the ultimate debugging tool. Don't wait for the wrong answer. Watch the thought process vibrate. So, what is the endgame here? Percy on the iceberg is a proof of concept for the Internet of Psyches. We aren't just building bots that fetch data. We are building persistent, transparent, and portable digital entities. We are building a future where your AI agent remembers its history, adapts to its environment, and shows its work. By combining graph-based reasoning with cloud-based persistence, we've created an agent that is traceable, trainable, and most importantly, eternal. The glass box is open. The data is live. The infrastructure is ready. Now, let's build something that lasts. And with this, I will see you in the next one.